Okay, my fellow magicians, now I want to say a couple of things before we fully get into the read. This is for our December 2024 vibes, and something's not over. I don't know what, but something's not over. And this read is going to, like, I know I don't have the intro and the outro, just because I haven't had, just going through the season and everything else, I haven't had the time to devote to like editing a whole bunch of stuff. That's why the intro and the outro isn't here. The format of the reads are going to be just slightly different because we typically, like every so often, I get something that maybe the collective needs to be working on internally and confronting, which is fine, right? But I think that we could do with a little bit more personal introspection. So I am going to be, no matter what the overview energies are, today the overview energies for the month like are the same set of cards as the introspection prompt. But regardless of whether I have different overview energies or not, there's going to be this separate little call for introspection if you care to do that. I have not looked at that yet. And something else I would like to say is that 2025, y'all, okay, 2025, the flavor of energy that maybe at least we're starting off with or whatever, it might be for the whole year, I don't know. It's a bit more combative. It's a bit more intense. I could go as far as to say like it's a bit violent. I'm not saying that you're going to be experiencing like literal physical violence, all right? That's not what I'm saying, though I'm sure like violence manifests every single day. So that's nothing out of the ordinary or unexpected. Just saying the tone is interesting for the upcoming year. And that doesn't mean bad, okay? Because violence, combat, things getting intense like that can be pleasurable. That can be fun. Like people don't have like, you know, the gladiators and all of that because they didn't enjoy it, right? Depending on the person, an execution and vaudeville can be just as entertaining. So that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, but that, depending on who you are, that's a bit more of an acquired message that I'm talking about. It's only a certain type of person who's gonna wanna go there for that particular energy. I'm just saying that is a particular flavor of energy or current that is going to be presenting itself in 2025. And if I'm picking up on it now, it's likely we're gonna be exploring it on the channel. That doesn't mean all of the messages are gonna be like dark and violent and all of that. Likely not, but probably there's gonna be some of that going on, right, Misha? Because Misha is sweet and lovely and a little cuddle baby, but you best believe when a smaller animal gets into this house, he kills it immediately. He does. He loves stalking the little beings and eating them. Can you move though? He loves that. It's like a game to him, and whenever I see it, because it's such a different side of him, I'm used to him being my little cuddle bug and annoying, but then he is also a predator. And that is his nature. It does not make him bad. It's just a fact of life. So now that I've mentioned that, what I also want to say besides about this read is something's not over. At the bottom of my little introspective deck here, we have the Princess of Swords. And what I'm getting from this is like, don't be afraid to cut a bitch. Don't be afraid. Like, I don't know if someone's giving you reason. I'm not saying literally. Swords is mental. So we might be talking about cutting someone down to size with your word or being especially cunning in a situation that calls for it. I'm not talking about you going out of your way to be petty or cruel. And I haven't talked about it in a while, but I am not a pacifist. And there are certain things that will crop up where someone will open themselves up to fair violence. That's never like the first thing that you want to do, in my opinion. That's always kind of a last resort. And when I'm talking about violence, I am usually talking about abstract violence unless somebody is literally breaking into your home and your life is on the line. Like, that's what I'm talking about. And that's also what I'm talking about here in the abstracted sense. If somebody comes for you, it depends, right? It depends on who you are. It also depends on if you take direction from higher forces at all. You can check with your higher guides. I promise you, certain times I have been told, no, it's better for you to let that go. Other times, and in fact, very recently, I have been directed to, no, go for that person. Go for that person. And so I am not the one who, even though I talk, very often about Jesus and that kind of message and all of that stuff, I am not necessarily always a turn the other cheek person. I do not believe, I think revenge is a waste of time, but sometimes you will personally be called, depending on where you are in your little journey, your little walk, to knock someone off their square. And it's usually someone who is trying to knock you off yours first. Like, that's typically how that works, okay? Or it might be a preemptive strike, I don't know. But we've got something like that going on. So let's look at what we are introspecting on for the month of December. Oh my gosh. Oh. What we are called to introspect on, if you would like to, and by all means, please share your insights in the comments if you feel that is okay for you to do, if you can release that into the world. If not, you will be directed to keep your insights private and to yourself. That all depends on where you are. What we are being called to introspect on for the month of December is, how is it that potentially if something is unexpected or downright traumatizing, like a disaster, how are you, or how would you, or how have you in the past alchemized that into victory? How can you, if you never have before, how can you turn a failure or a disaster into a success for you personally? How can you turn disaster into something great? Into, I don't know, a throne. So I don't even know, this tower, because that's what we're starting with, this is the tower. I don't even know that this tower is a bad thing, but it's at least unexpected and it's chaotic as all get out. But I'm also seeing like good things. I'm seeing good things come out of it. So I'm going to hold up the cards. So we have the Tower, Science, and the Queen of Swords. There are our pondering. We're pondering the energies, okay? How are we, Tower? There's the disaster or the unexpected thing, the chaos, right? The chaos. Science is, how are you taking that chaos and using it to your own ends, your own triumph? And I'm like meaning, like, the word is triumph. The word is conquering. Okay, and it's in line with the under the deck energy. So something is not over. Okay, so there is the call for the monthly introspection. And I'll give like every read, or like there are a couple that have been pre-recorded, not really on purpose. It's just because I wanted to get out the December read kind of a little bit before the 1st of December. And the other reads, if I posted them in chronological order, which time doesn't matter anyway, it would put this back. So the couple of reads, a few reads after this won't include the introspection stuff, but I'm going to typically now include some of this introspective material. So let's see how our, Smith deck tarot lines up with what we have for the overview energies and for our call to introspection. The Tower, the Six of Swords. So this is Science. We actually have the Six of Swords twice. So I don't know if this already happened. This might be something that you are being asked to reflect on when you've done this in the past, or like the recent past. someone around you, maybe. Like, you should be reflecting on what I'm talking about, because that's a valuable thing to understand. And I'm just looking at this Queen of Swords. If you notice, like, the sword in her hand, she also has a head. And here's the thing. I have Lon Milo DuQuette's book about this deck. At the moment, like, I'm just going intuitively. I like to think that that's the head of Zeus. Just for me personally, okay? It's probably not. It's probably something completely different. It could also be the head of John the Baptist, okay? Fuck that guy. Depending on who you are. So, it's a value. That's why I'm saying the correct word is like triumph, like taking scalps. Like, don't be afraid to take someone's head who has presented it to you on a platter, okay, is all I'm saying. So, either yourself or someone around you. The cat psyops have started again. And I'm even doing this before I typically feed them. So Das is just here to cause mischief, as per usual. You or someone around you might have already gone through this tower, and you're moving on. But I don't know yet, because I haven't seen the other two cards. If someone maybe thinks that they've been defeated by this tower and they have to move on despite that, they might not have realized that they can work this to their benefit. So let's see what's under Science. The Lovers, upside down. So this could be a relationship that's over, or a decision about something. Like, I potentially made the wrong choice, and it was a big choice if it was the Lovers in reverse. Okay, so this is a decision that has turned someone's life upside down. It is a relationship that, or a move that somebody is making, that is turning their relationships upside down. Or this is a bad decision. I'm not getting this as actually a failed relationship. I don't know, but it is something about how someone's moving that is turning certain things upside down. This could even not be a wrong decision, but this could be a decision that someone normally wouldn't make. So it's kind of upside down, right? So let's look finally at what's under the Queen of Swords. We have the Empress. Triumph. So the Empress is triumphant. No. But someone's headed for triumph with this Empress. They see this Empress, whoever they are, as someone who is winning. And someone who, it's giving a little bit Machiavellian, as someone who will do anything to win. I hear within reason. It's just someone, like a Queen of Swords Empress is someone who's strategic, someone who's intelligent, and someone who's not afraid. Not afraid to take heads, because when I hold up the Empress, the Queen of Swords sometime in the Smith deck, I'll usually get like off with her head, like the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so this deck, let's go ahead and see. What details we can get on this. So who is moving, like, so this more feels like Page of Swords is out here again. I don't know if the Princess of Swords and the Page of Swords are the same thing yet in the South deck. Page of Swords, Eight of Coins. Somebody's sending emails while they're traveling. Somebody's like doing work communication while they're traveling. Eight of Swords. Stuck at work. Whoever this person is, they work a lot, but they are moving as they are working. This person is bound up in some sort of work they do. Like they have to, it's almost like, if this person was walking, right? They're like walking And there's a whole bunch of people following behind them going, but this, but this, but this. And they're going, yeah, 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 and this, and this, and this. And as they're walking, they're doing that. I can get one more on that Eight of Swords, but I want one on that Tower. The King of Swords. So yeah, it's just whoever that person, oh, and they're going for a Queen of Swords, so someone who they think is an intellectual match. But that's like the message that I just said about, like in general, about what this person is doing as they're moving in a particular direction, that's accurate. What is this Tower? The Six of Swords. This is like an unexpected move. An unexpected move, something that someone wouldn't normally do, that is shaking things up. So this is kind of like a self-inflicted tower for somebody. And they're just so we have the Six of Swords 3 times. All right. So there's definitely movement here. All right, let's get on this Science, which is the Six of Swords. And this Lovers that is upside down. All right, the Lovers, the Four of Wands. So this is a relationship. It's a relationship. Temperance. The Ace of Pentacles. So this person, whoever I'm talking about, well, the King of Swords is who I'm talking about. They are making an unexpected move, something that they would not normally do, towards whoever this Empress Queen of Swords is. This is something that they wouldn't normally do, make this offer. They might feel guided to do it with that Temperance, because that's also kind of like the Six of Swords is someone on like particular waters. But I'm getting that like that story about like Jesus, the story about Jesus in like the boat with the disciples, and like there are a couple of stories with that one, like where he's walking on water. That's not the one. It's the one where he falls asleep in the boat. I'm on a boat. Don't you ever forget. It's where he's asleep in the boat and like a storm kicks up and the disciples are like, oh my fucking God. And Jesus is like, like just calm, like, would y'all just like stop the storm from happening? Y'all could do that. Like, why don't you have faith and just stop the storm? And so Jesus wakes up and stops the storm and they're like, oh my God, he commands the wind and the rain. And then Jesus just goes back to sleep. There's something about that. Like what I'm saying is this person would be more like a disciple in the boat almost, even though they are also the captain of the boat. And they would be being guided by higher forces, or they are in waters that are currents, energy that is being directed by what is higher than them, and they're going with it even though they wouldn't typically do that. The King of Swords is typically someone, and the Queen of Swords as well. These are people that would typically be in charge of their own life. They would be making their own decisions. And it doesn't mean that they can't be informed by other sources, but the King and Queen of Swords especially is sort of like my will, not thy will. And so that might be something that's like different for one of these people, or perhaps both. That they're kind of like, Jesus is taking the wheel, take me by the hand, you know, because they can't do it on their own. And so this person wants to make a particular offer to whoever this Empress Queen of Swords is. So let's get 3 cards on this Empress Queen of Swords. So that's more of an intellectual Empress. That's like a war strategist. Getting very violent, oh my God. All right, on this Empress is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. And the Eight of Wands. And the Empress is on the Empress. All right, so I mean, this person, whoever's moving, well, the King of Swords. The King of Swords is coming over here to be like, let's make money. It could be a lot of things. The Ten of Coins is just like, you know, that's the tree of life. That's like a full manifestation within the material world, but they're directing, like, the material is being directed like at this Empress. So let's see, because we have the Ace of Coins turning. Well, here's the thing. This person is coming with an Ace of Pentacles. They may believe, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles is on the Empress. If you give a mouse a cookie, if I give this Empress a coin, she's going to turn it into 10. She, he, they, it doesn't matter, right? The Empress is just sort of like a more passive, you know, a more passive energy. If we had the Emperor, that's more active. So we could be talking about like a savvy businessman. It's just that the King of Swords, whoever that is, they're going towards the savvy businessman or whatever. So if you are a man and you know, like, you're into finance or whatever, you're showing up as the Empress, Queen of Swords, because you're just sitting there and the other person is coming to you. That's all. So, but it could very well be a woman as well, the Sun at the bottom of the deck. Someone's hopes and dreams are finally trash now. I'm getting it's in the past, though. Yeah, this person's leaving a lot of goofy shit in the past. A lot of goofy shit. I don't know. It doesn't have anything to do with this Empress. Oh, but I wanted to see. Let me pull one on. I kind of have the message out. Like, this person thinks that if it's not money that I'm talking about with the Ace of Coins going to the Ten of Coins, it's just like, I can do good things. I can do good and practical and real things with this person. So I'm directing this energy or this communication their way. So the Eight of Wands is the Star. I'm a star. I'm also getting that as tribute. Whoever the Empress is, this is what they deserve. Okay. Tribute, as is their right. So that's also potentially like a dowry or something. Though oh, really? Dasha selected another deck for it. It's a romance deck. Okay, we'll get 3 from the romance deck, according to Dasha, my cat, who is a very powerful witch, much more powerful than me, even though I don't go by witch. Okay. But Das is a witch. These are Romeo and Juliet oracle cards. I swear to God, if this one card pops out, I'm going to scream. I'm going to be so mad. Someone might be falling in love. They had to say goodbye to something so they could step forward. Yeah, they had to get rid of some poisonous people. Like, I don't know. All right, let's see what's actually on the table. Rosaline, conserved, chastity, serious, formal. Well, that is the Queen of Swords, to be real with you. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair to merit bliss by making me despair. So chastity, like, the Queen of Swords, yeah, the Queen of Swords isn't really a carnal individual. It's not that she can't be. The Empress is very abundant in that way, but also not very carnal. And the Star, like, the Empress also has a crown of stars on. I don't know, that could be describing, I mean, that does line up with the Queen of Swords. And then we have solitude, calm down, listen to your inner voice, reduce anxiety. Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. So, I mean, the Empress is by themselves right now. And then we have balcony, land of love, but soft what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. You can see, like, there's 2 people, like, so we have Rosaline, solitude, and then the balcony scene. That's where, like, Romeo, like, climbs up the balcony and is like, blah, 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 like, hook up with me. And she's like, no, we have to get married first. Like, they do. Yeah. So we have someone coming in to storm the castle. I just got that, have fun storming the castle. I'm gonna make enemies with this one. I really don't like that movie. I don't like The Princess Bride. Don't like it. But it is a very popular movie, and I am getting that. Have fun storming the castle. That is from The Princess Bride, right? That's like Billy Crystal and someone else. She's really famous. Like, she's a comedy legend, and I'm forgetting her name. Is it the woman from Scrooged? The fairy? I like know who that is, but I do not remember her name. That's a travesty. Is that Billy Crystal? I don't know. I'm probably totally wrong about all that. But anyway, so that's what's going on. We have an approach here, most likely. And so let's go ahead and clear this away and go ahead and get our final advice outcome, which we will be using the Smith deck in tandem with the Thoth deck. Well, these are certainly interesting. What's this at the bottom? If there was any external interference going on between whatever people I'm talking about, that's done. Internal, external interference, done. Over. It's cleared up. Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. It's looking like work, which I mean does involve people, but it's not like, I'm not talking about like, oh, there's like a dick witch and like all this other stuff. Not talking about that. These are like other responsibilities that would have been interfering with something. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my God, this is so nice. Okay, so we are starting with Lust. I think this might be the Strength card. I'm not sure. But whoever I'm talking about, that King of Swords, like I'm telling you, they have a lust for like whatever work they do and likely making money as well. But this person also has like lust to me. If this is the same as the Strength card, this person, like this is almost about sexual transmutation. Like this, when I'm talking about lust, I'm talking about the desire for creation and drive. It's a certain type of like, it is a carnal drive because it's typically coming from like your solar plexus and sacral energy center. That type of drive, like together, is kind of what is driving like a more Machiavellian business person or a hunter. Or like I'm saying, there's like a violent edge to it because it's so, like it's lower. It's like there's nothing on that's coming from up here. We're talking about a lower drive that's being channeled in in material. Like that's what this person's doing. And it's the same sort of drive that you're exercising, yes, in sexuality and also in things like war and combat. But this person has like a good handle on whatever that is. Like it's not running them. They direct it. But because there's so much of it likely manifested in the material world, it's like someone trying to turn a big ship in another direction. But I would say that they've done it, right? They've ended some sort of like work stuff. They've channeled that particular drive of theirs into finalizing something. I'm not saying they quit their job or anything like that. It's just like I need to stop this because I need to go over here and do this, and then I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you at the beginning of the fiscal year, girl, or the beginning of the calendar year, who knows? Because I mean, Christmas is coming up, so this could be something that this person would do anyway for like their family or for the holidays, for friends, whatever. But clearing someone's schedule, and it doesn't necessarily have to be for the holiday. I'm just saying that because it makes a little bit of sense with like the current timing. But if you're watching this and it's not around the holidays, don't worry about it. But they could be clearing their time for the holidays to focus on whatever approach that I'm talking about, and also just for like a vacation or whatever. And so we're moving on from that into the Aeon. and the Six of Wands. So this is a complete new, like a successful new start. They've ended this, they're moving into their new thing. And what is their new thing? Well, what we have up above is the Fool and the Ace of Discs. That's it's a new investment, it's a new offer, it's a new manifestation. And we have the Sun underneath it. So this person is in the free and clear because both of these cards, these are both success, happiness, clear sailing, whatever cards, and these people are both on horses. And so I'm just informing you that that's what's going on. So this is either you or it's someone in your energy, but this all looks fantastic. There is no current conflict between whoever these people, forces, things are, coming into some type of interesting new union to create new things together, and likely with others as well. So let us officially close the read with the perennial words of the highest authority. Happy painting, and God bless, my friends.